In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to add an email signature to your Gmail or your Google Workspace email account. So Gmail is offered as a free email service and as an enterprise email service. And this solution works for both. You can use online email generators, but often people get an error message when they go to save their email signature in Gmail. And this can be due to space issues, it can be due to formatting issues. So I'm going to show you now how you can create this styled email signature in your own Gmail inbox directly, and it'll be nice and small and it'll always open up on any device. So as you can see, when I click on compose in my email, I have no email signature set yet. And what I'd like is that when I create an email and when I reply to emails, that I'm seeing my signature automatically. So I'm going to hit reply to this email, and as you can see, there's no signature. So just going to hit trash on that just so that I don't save the draft. And now I'm going to just talk just briefly about what the elements of this signature are, just so that you can understand. So I have my name here, and that's just text. This is a role or position in a firm, and this again is just text. This here is an image, and I'm going to create it so that it's my logo, and I've set it to be 40 pixels high. You can create it bigger or smaller depending on your logo orientation. I advise using Adobe or Canva or a free online image resizer software to resize your logo before you upload it. So don't upload a logo that's 500 pixels high, because otherwise it's going to be quite slow to load. So load it as the size that you want to see it. This example here is 40 pixels high. The icons here, I've sized down to 40 pixels as well, I believe. I could be wrong on that. I'm just hovering over here in the panel. Yeah, so they're 40 by 40. I downloaded them from Freepik.com, and you go to icons and you can search for any icon. So if you type in the platform that you're looking to find an icon for, you can find all sorts of styles here of official icons and then these weird looking ones. So try to get ones that are actually in line with Facebook's branding regulations and guidelines. Same with Twitter, they have a new logo, WhatsApp, all of the different platforms. So I just have these icons here. And what I did was I hovered over them and chose PNG, and then I resized them because they come down at about 512 pixels, and I resized them down to 40 pixels because I don't want the icon to be very large and then resized down, because it will take ages to load in an email. So these are images again. They're all individual images, and they all have individual links. And then I have this award winner badge. You could have Google reviews badge. You could have whatever badge you want here if you wanted it. And I have that clicking through to my website. And then I have my legal information. So if your business is required to have a legal statement at the bottom of it, then you can paste in text there as well. So now just to get to the bones of how to create the signature in Gmail, and this applies to any Gmail account. So you hover up here to the top right, and you click on the gear icon, and then you click on see all settings. When you're in this panel, you can stay in this general tab. So there's a lot of tabs up here at the top that you can go through and add extra functionality to your email. We're just going to stay in this general tab and going to scroll down all the way down until I see signature. So as you can see, there are no signatures created. So I'm going to click on create now, and I'm going to call it my signature, or whatever you want to call it. So you can have lots of different types of signatures for lots of different emails. Some people use Gmail to import emails from different domains and different accounts, and you can use different signatures for different emails. So as you can see here, you can apply this to different type of accounts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type my name, and then I'm going to type my position. Okay, so now you have this typed out, and then what I do here is I choose the font that I want to use. So they have a limited range of fonts, but I'm just going to choose this. Actually not, I'm going to choose just sans serif, and then I'm going to make this text a different color, so you can choose from their limited palette here, but I'm just going to choose a grey tone and choose a grey tone, and I'm going to make this bold, and I'm going to make it large. So now that's a bit better looking, and I'm going to make that italics. So now that looks like a little bit of a signature. On the right hand side here, I just have opened where I have my icons stored, and as you can see when I hover over them, they're 40 by 40 pixels and they're PNGs, just so that they have that transparent background. I also have a little notepad open with all of the links that I want to attach to each icon and image. So first thing I'm going to add here is my logo. So I recommend that when you are using Gmail that you use Google Drive. So now I'm going to show you how to use Google Drive to upload your images so that in your signatures they will always load on every device that opens your email. So if you go to Google Apps up here and navigate to Google Drive, you'll then be able to upload your images. So I'm going to grab all of these images here. This is just a walkthrough. So I'm going to grab all of these images here, and I'm going to upload them to my Google Drive. And what this does is it gives me an opportunity to tap into these images anytime from anywhere, because they all have associated URLs that can be accessed anywhere on the web. So now my 9 uploads are complete, and as you can see they're only 40 by 40 pixels, so they look a little bit blurry when they're scaled up. So now I'm going to insert the logo for my business. So I click here and I click on insert image, and as you can see in my drive they are loaded here. You can also grab an image from your website, but the risk here is if you move servers, or if you change your website domain, or if the location of your images changes, like if you're storing them on a CDN, then this link will show as broken. So you can often see that in people's emails. Another thing that you can do here is you can upload the image and it will go to your drive. So you can upload to your Google Drive here as well by selecting a file from your device. But I always just upload it to Drive first because it's quicker to drag and drop it into Drive. So here we go. There's the logo. I'm going to select it, and now it's gone in, and it's nicely sized already. But if you click on it, then you can change the size accordingly. So I'm just going to leave it as original size, and then I'm going to press enter. When I go to the end of the image, I press enter. This creates another line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my image, and I'm going to click link, and I'm going to type in my URL to my website, or copy and paste it if you're lazy like me. And you can leave the text to display as blank and just have it as going to the link, and then say, you can also, if you put in this text to display, I'll just show you what happens. So this is alt text, so it's no harm having it there. So when people hover over that, they'll see DesignBurst website, and then they can click on it if they're on desktop. On mobile, it just allows people with visual impairments to be able to navigate the website and to be able to find your clickable logo link. So now I've pressed enter and that link is in there. So when you click on that image, you can see that link is there. You can remove it, you can change it, you can change the size of your image. Now I'm going to add the next image, and we're going to go with Facebook, and we're going to select it. Now what I recommend you do is you click to the end of your image and press space bar. That just creates a little space for the next image, and then press enter and add your next image. Instagram, select. Now I'm pressing spacebar again. It just adds a nice little gap between each link, because when I link these, it can get a little bit muddled otherwise. Now I'm going to add another image. LinkedIn, space, and then enter, and YouTube, select, space, enter, and one last one, which is WhatsApp, select. Okay, so now we're going to copy these links here. So I'm going to, as you can see, sorry, the little scroll thing is irritating on this, but as you can see, when I click on the Facebook, it just shows as setting the image size. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to come over here to my notepad and copy my URL, or you can type it directly in. So I'm just going to be lazy on this. And I'm going to select link down here, this little link icon, and I'm going to hit paste, and then DesignBurst Facebook, and hit OK. Then I'm going to select my Instagram, and hit link, and copy this, paste it in here, DesignBurst Instagram, little typo, and hit OK. And I do this for each of these icons. It can be tricky enough to select them, so just have a little bit of patience. It is irritating that the window doesn't open fully, but we can live with that. You do this once and it's done. Generally speaking, with emails, it's very rare that you'll have to update it. And YouTube. Now, if you change your links to social profiles, make sure to pop into your email and update these profiles. Another time that you might need to do it is if the actual social media profile changes, like Twitter I've just done with Twitter X. So the profile icon has completely changed, their logo has changed. And then WhatsApp. So WhatsApp, just to explain to you, WhatsApp, when we click this button, we want it to open WhatsApp on the person's phone. This isn't really relevant to desktop unless people have WhatsApp on their desktop, but it is still nice to know what their WhatsApp number is. So what you can do is you can create a WhatsApp link. If you go to WhatsApp online and look for how to use click to chat, you can create your own link. So the way to create a WhatsApp link is typing in https:// that's what you do for every link on the internet, and then you type wa.me, so it's WhatsApp me / and then your mobile number. Now your mobile number has to be the international code and then your number, but you leave out the 00 and or leave out the plus. So for example, in America, it's plus 001 or 001. For us in Ireland, it's usually plus 353 or 00353. So all we're going to do is drop those zeros or drop the plus. So the number here is 3538570605646. So that's just the DesignBurst mobile. So copying that, and I've set up DesignBurst as the WhatsApp business. And then I click on link here again, paste that in, and then WhatsApp DesignBurst. And then hit OK. So now I've got all of my lovely links in there. I'm going to click on each just to check these links are okay. Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, WhatsApp. So sometimes it can be a little bit fiddly because you're trying to deal with this scroll issue. They should have an expander here. They don't yet. They used to, but they got rid of it. I don't know why. So now I'm going to go back up to Facebook and just press a little space, and then I press the delete key just to bring back up the Instagram icon. Press a space and delete. There's actually an extra space in there. And now delete again and delete. And now we've got all of our icons there and they all have links. So now you can see when you click on WhatsApp, YouTube, LinkedIn. The issue with the reason that I put them on separate lines at first was to make it easy to add that link. Otherwise it's very difficult because when you go to select the icon, it might select them all and then you're deleting links accidentally. So this is the link icon that you select to add any link, just in case you're wondering. And you can add links to text or anything that you like. So now just that final little award winner badge, I want to put that to the bottom. So we add the image, award winner, and select. So you could have this as anything. You could have this going to your Google profile. You could have it going to like your Google ratings with review me on Google. You could have it go to anything. You could have go to a blog post, whatever you like. So as you can see, I'm not linking this to anything at the minute. So I'm going to select the image, hit link. I'm going to copy the URL from my post about this, or you can copy it to an external website, whatever you want. Award winning design studio Ireland, DesignBurst. And you can, so this alt text just clicks through then to that post about that. And now I'm happy enough. I might actually put a little space here just because it looks a little bit cramped. And yeah, so you can change the colors of text. Like I said, you can put backgrounds on them. So that's how you set up the signature. It's set to my signature. I go down here, I hit save changes. Okay, so now if I hit compose, I still have no signature. This is because you need to go into settings, see all settings. So you go back to where we were and we scroll down here to signature, and you can see here signature defaults, and this is what will add it to the button when you hit compose. So for new emails, use, and it's set to no signature by default. So we set it to my signature, and on reply also use my signature. Sometimes people don't like to add a signature on reply, but I personally love it when people do, because it means that if I'm in a thread of emails, I can get all their contact information. So you can also add I just forgot completely, which is mad. You can add your phone number here. So you can make that click to call, and I'll show you how to do that now. So copy that and paste it, and then we can put it in the international format. And we can make this bold, and you can also do email as well. So these are very handy for me personally when I'm trying to get a person's email or their contact info in a thread to copy and paste it across to someone else. So this is going to be Mariana. Okay, so that's all set now. So now I need to have this so that when they click on this number, it links. So I click link, and in the actual link, I type in TEL : and then copy this number and paste this number, and just remove any of the little aesthetic spaces that you might have put in your phone number. And so now that's my phone number, and now email. We're going to add a link here, and it automatically in Gmail will put the mail to. So you can hit on change here, and you can see that it's set to email address here. Okay, so now we've got that sorted. That all looks great. It's set to go when I have my signature defaults. I hit save changes. And now when I hit compose, I can see my lovely signature, and I'm very happy with that. So now, what happens when I'm in an email and someone emails me and I hit reply? Why am I not seeing an email signature? Well, to fix this issue, you go to settings again, see all settings, this general tab, scroll down to your signature, and in this insert signature before the quoted text in replies and remove the little dots that precede it, click that, and that will insert your signature when you reply to emails. Hit save changes, and now we go to the inbox. You can hit onto an email and hit reply just to test it, and as you can see, my lovely signature is in there. So that's how you add your signature to Gmail. If you have any difficulties, you can contact me anytime or leave a comment. And yeah, so just to quickly recap, this is just text, these are just images, and as you can see, when I hover over them, I can click through to all of those particular links. So just make sure that you select the images and add your link, and then you're able to get more traffic to your social platforms whenever you're responding to emails.